And we're on, I think. I'm not sure. No. It's supposed to be live now. Wait. Ah, something's happening. I don't know if anybody sees this. Anyway, I'll show you the chart from today. I just want to just let you know that so far we like I said, I want to pretend that this all just started. Forget the 12 years of me doing videos. We started yesterday, and all we trade is earnings reversals, right? So here's the Bed Bath & Beyond from yesterday. So here's a chart. You see the stock getting smacked down, right? This is over 2 years. We were looking at it on a monthly. So here is, well, here's your 1 year. It finally stopped going down, consolidating over here. So we thought maybe it could even break out. But again, that doesn't really matter. I was looking at, let me see if I get these monthly time frames for you. I wanted to show you this. This is a 1 month VWAP, basically where the stock's living. Broke back below it. So yesterday we were looking for that to break to give us a little bit more incentive to hang in with the stock. So let me just put this as a favorite, 1 month. I like looking at, now look at your 3 months. Look at your 3 month VWAP. That has become a significant area. So yesterday when it got over the 975, then we looked for it to get back to where it came from on that prior VWAP. But if you go back to yesterday morning, so here you're looking at a 2-day chart right now. All right. Now that's your 2-day VWAP right now you're looking at. So let me try to find it on a one. Got to put the 1 minute on here for us. There she blows. Let's go. I want to show it to you on a 1 minute with the overlaid multi-day VWAP on here. So yesterday's trade was here. So this is the pre-market. And the reason I like your we're looking at a trade right now, net. So yeah, I'll explain this one because now we're in the middle of it. So yesterday here, once it stayed above the 1 minute, I thought maybe that was the washout underneath right there, and then you came back. But then you hit 960 here, 960 here, 960 here. So once it stayed above the 1 minute, I was looking for it to break 960, and I'm going to use 950 and the 1 minute as my out. So 1,000. Well, I wouldn't buy 1,000 shares yet because I don't like pre-market trading. I just bought 100 shares to get a feel, and then the market, opened up. We got this massive big candle right there, up to 10 bucks, and then in the next candle when it broke 10, I bought it at 9.99 because staying above the 1 minute, I felt comfortable that this thing was about to be squeezed, and then our first target was up there. It was about $10.25. But the way I trade, now I'm going to bring it back on a 1 minute. 1 minute on a 2-day chart. We'll squeeze it together. You'll see the ticks better. So into this move, you got to the multi-day, you held it. So now we're using the multi-day as our out. Forget about the 1 minute. I'm not going to let it go all the way back down there. Now I've switched to the 2-day multi-day. So as it got over 10 bucks, I'm a buyer. And then I'm selling it in 12-cent increments because I'm an old guy and I remember when stocks traded in eighths of a point. So I'm selling it here at $10.12, $10.25, and then I'm offering out $10.50. So each time we sell a little bit, we put the stop at the prior price. So again, we're talking about, I think I had 600 shares. Nothing big. Started with 100, added 500 at 99.99. And then I'm selling in 100 share increments. So by the time I got to 1050, I'm down to 200 shares, right? I sold 100 at 1050, and then it rolls over, and then I wound up getting stopped out at 1050 anyway. So what we kept raising the stop 1012, 1025, 1050, and then finally, if it would have kept going, I would have looked at 1075, maybe 11, and you know, that's it. So what we're really looking at is that the fact that it went green. So you got your 1 minute, you got your multi-day. This is Thinkorswim, but we've invented these parameters. You got deviation bands in there. The red lines are my high-low of. I try to grab where candles have met highs and lows. A lot of time that becomes significant, and that's all I used to trade with. The red lines were all I used to use building my own ranges. So now I use the ranges around the VWAP. Let me try to make the volume louder for you. Hold on. Baba Booey. 1, 7, 12, 9, 9, 9. Better? Chuck, 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 chuck. I wasn't talking too loud either. Hello? Let me see if I can switch it on the OBS too. Baba Booey. Booey. Fa fa fo hi. Mama monkey. Monkey. All right, so here I want to just fast forward to what we did today. We were looking at Overstock because it found the bottom yesterday, right? We were looking at Overstock because, again, it found some support yesterday, chopped around, but closed above the multi-day. We had, you know, again, this was the trade that we were talking about at the end of the day where it did absolutely nothing, but it didn't break down. So we held on to it. So today, all I was looking for this thing to do was break above that 1041. So fast forward to this morning, chopping around the VWAP. Looks like it's going to roll over here, right? But I was biased to the buy side on Overstock, so I wasn't looking for it as a short. And then within 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes later, you're back above the 1 minute right here. And now you're breaking that 1041, and I got involved in this move right here. Now check this out, how it went right back to the VWAP. We're only talking about 5 cents, but it never broke back below the VWAP, and that's why I hung out with this trade. I didn't want to talk over Solid Jello. Hey, I didn't want to talk over my man over there. That's all. Oh, there's that delay that bothers me so much. Hang on a second, let me mute that stuff. Yeah, because I do it on 2 separate computers. That's where it gets ultra annoying. Plus, the charting over there doesn't translate to the charting. It used to. When you would open up Thinkorswim on one platform, but actually you would see your mouse moving on the other window, but it doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, looking at Overstock right now, just going over why this was a decent idea this morning. So, you know, once we got over that 1 minute candle, let me see if I could do. I'll try to show you guys at the same time. See if I could multitask. I'm ultra multitasking now. So where's the trade? There it is. Looks different. What do I got? The 2 day, 1 minute. I guess because mine's all zoomed in, that's why. But here's the trade right here. We're talking about this move right there. So once we got over the VWAP again and over the opening range, now we're talking about that half number break where we bought more. And now we're talking about, we bought more right there, 1050. 2 candles later, we're thinking maybe we made a mistake, but it holds the VWAP and then makes another run. So now that we're in from 1042, we're in from 1050, gets to 1065, I'm already starting to sell. 1065, now I'm looking for, I'm selling half at 1065, and then I'm looking for 1075, and then I use that 1065 again. Wherever I sell the first lot, now becomes the stop. And that's a point that I sometimes forget to mention. Again, as you're piecing out of these positions, you're not going to let your last lot, or whatever that lot is, roll all the way back down to your original price. You're going to put the stop. So if you sold some at 1060, and now the stock's trading at 1075, and you just sold some at 1060 or 1065 or whatever, you sold some at 1075. Okay, cool. Now you're looking for 11, or you're getting stopped out at 1050. So then if it's at 10, then if you're at 1085, I'd actually put the stop then at 1075. So once you get above that price, that's when I want to lock it in. So let's say you sold some at 1075, which again, I was already out of the trade, and then it's at 1089. At 1089, you're looking for 11 bucks or 1075. So that's why when you look at some of these trades, you're like, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. No, you wouldn't have. You would have sold some into the move, and you'd be out of it. Maybe you have a little bit left. It's on days like this where it's insanely annoying because everything you've sold, even the one I took a loss on, if you didn't notice, AGQ came back, went green. We traded it again, so I made my money back. But when I was live, it didn't work. And, but on days like this, where you're steadily climbing, every trade that I've done so far, then again, Overstock is down, but UGAZ took off without me. Costco, obviously. ENPH, it was my last trade that I did. Let me just show you ENPH. This wasn't one of the typical trades that I love so much, but I saw the solar stocks gaining some strength. And here it is. So it doesn't matter the time of the day. Where's my boy Gringo? We were always talking about the opening range, right? So this broke the range, this spot, but way over here. So we're talking about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, but what it did was it convinced me, chopping around, you got your ass crack breakout there, which would have been a nice trade, but then it rolled over and went below the VWAP. It wasn't until this spot right there where I said, hey, look at ENPH breaking back above the VWAP. Nobody wants to be short. And now you're getting a fresh, new range break. So now I'm buying here at 22.86, obviously looking for 23 on options expiration. Your first moment, you should always say, okay, if I'm buying something at 22.75, you're looking for it to get to the next strike price, which is generally the next whole number. Most of what we do is half number, whole number trading. Okay? So with this one, let me make sure I'm on the 1 minute, 1 day. All right. So the 1 day didn't come into play. This is your blue line is your 1 minute. You quickly scroll through. I usually look through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I'm looking at the 1 minute, 2 day, 1 minute, 3. Nothing really came into play here. So there really wasn't much of a target as far as multi-days are concerned. So that's when we just go back to half number and whole numbers. Now again, this trade, I left way too much on the table. Again, because I'm buying it here at 22.85, right? And the nearest range was right there where it came out of. Let's call it, let's call it 65. So I'll risk in 20 cents. So in theory, it wasn't my favorite idea because I didn't think you would get past 23. But I was like, you know what? You'll probably get to 23. Let me buy 600 shares and make my, 15 or 20 cents on it. And it worked, but obviously it broke 23, and now you got to the 23 half. So in theory, risk reward wasn't that great on this trade, except I just started to see solar stocks starting to move. I know EMPH has been a decent buy down here. First Solar was moving and all that stuff. Hey, hang on a second. Yes.
Can I order?
Don't say Domino's.
I've never gotten it.
Why don't you just pour some sauce on a piece of cardboard and then pour a whole entire bucket of garlic on it, and that's what Domino's pizza is.
No, it's not. It's really good. Their cheesy bread is good.
Oh,
Come on,
God.
I want to go bowling.
What, aren't we eating dinner? What are we doing here?
Well, order it now.
All right, do whatever you want.
Okay.
Call your brother, see if he wants
He's in
some.
the bathroom. Ryan, would you eat Domino's?
Woody, the kids love the Domino's. No wonder why that stock
Just
goes
a
up.
plain?
All right, so anyway, EMPH, yeah, again, and it's these trades that, they come out of nowhere. You're not expecting much out of it, but each and every one of these
Can you order it?
you order it.
I don't know what to
He
say.
knows what.
He's shit.
Online, they don't. Beat it. I'm doing something here. This is what I do. Imagine. Remember this one? I'd be changing her diaper.
You
back
say
there.
that
Every time. So beat it. Why don't you start doing videos?
I will.
Yeah.
They don't even see me.
Because that's you're on delay. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Wah. Oh, she's gone. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is.
So
Post Malone. All right, beat it.
Take 30 seconds out of your time to order.
Your brother will do
He's
it.
on the bowl. Please.
Damn. It's easier when they were babies. I just hate Domino's. Even thinking about Domino's, I start to get acid indigestion. All right, so right now, I'm just living off the idea that I covered my short yesterday. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you guys, I don't know if I was live when I was talking about this, but I bought, when I covered my calls, I put a bid in just for a goof, and I actually got done. So I had 2 calls, I had some December 272s or whatever for I got done at $2. I didn't think they would ever get done, and, I had no intentions of holding them overnight. Too bad. Because today we just got a gap and a go. Post Malone. Yeah. I'm still on the fence now. See, now I'm not going to go. I don't want to go. Oh, by the way, I didn't get Airborne Toxic event tickets. The website crashed, and of course, when it finally got back on, it was sold out. So now, from $25, I went to StubHub. They're already selling at $160. You got to be kidding me. By the way, thank you for the guys that have committed again. This would be a great weekend. I mean, I might be going to Comic-Con both days, depending on how much of a nerd I feel like being. But tomorrow, if you guys want to talk about whether or not this is for you, what goes on in here, obviously you see what Solid provides. This is what we do. Some days this is a great day. I mean, boring and good is fantastic. That's a great combination. Something about stocks. By the way, did you get back into your Funko? I saw it break in 1925 before 1950. Had a little fun with that one for a 50 cent. By the way, I don't know what this SGH was all about, but look at the size on the offer right now. Usually it's a tell. But I mean, we only have a half hour left in the day. But really, I mean, it came down to just a few select trades. The AGQ didn't work the first time, but it worked the second time. Here, there's one more that I was looking at. I didn't do this one, but, PCG. What are you looking at right here on PCG, right? That's our favorite thing that we can find, right? You've got VWAP breakdown, consolidation under the VWAP, and then a break back above the VWAP with limited risk. And at this point, again, if I was buying here at 1040, I'm looking for where it came from. So right smack dab in the middle would be 1032. Hey, we're on live. Hey, dude, I'm in the middle of a radio show. Say hi to your fans. I will. I'll call you like 5 o'clock. All right, see you, bro. Hey, what up, Steve? So this market ripping into the close. Again, I used to be a victim on these days. This is the kind of day where you would hear me and me and Carol would be having the worst relationship because I would be F-bombing left and right, breaking stuff. How could we be doing this? Where is this money coming from? I don't understand. It's a much better feeling admitting that in the back of my mind, yeah, I'm bearish, but you still cannot fight this market. And when you get a pivot point on, like you did yesterday, to a specific level, I mean, we were looking for the Dow to get to 25,720, and we got to 25,738. That's close enough, right? Now, normally, I wouldn't have covered because we would have bounced. I would have sat there in denial. It's just a bullshit bounce, and we're going to roll over and die. Which we might still do, but I will reload at higher levels if I choose to reload, or not reload at all and just trade our little VWAP breaks and our, earnings reversals. So, whoa, am I out of my mind? I haven't even shown you the Costco trade yet. So we had the Bed Bath & Beyond, or am I just OCD? Did I go over the Costco trade yet? Oh no, I didn't even go over the Costco trade. So boom. We're now 2 for 2. Forget about the 40-something in a row 2 years ago. Forget about going 26 for 29 2 quarters ago. Forget about the 13 in a row that we had last quarter. We're 2 for 2 now. Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday and Costco, right? So let's go over the Costco trade one more time because this is the 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal, the ones that work 90% of the time, okay? So, where are we? Let me show you guys. Oh, you knows what it looked like. So let me just show you what the genesis is of this stuff. First of all, you want to watch what the stock does in the aftermarket, right? You had this massive fall to 279. You were chopping around at 281 to 285 level for a while. And then you broke out. You had a pretty nice move, only to give it back and find some love at 284. So for me, the 281 was significant. The 284 was significant. So the market opens up. Not much happening pre-market. They didn't give us a good indication. Not much volume. But we rolled over. I wasn't thinking short because we were gapping down. I'm usually thinking buy stocks that are gapped down. Partially because the market never goes down. And again, Costco is one of the greatest stocks ever. And you're getting an opportunity. By the way, this market's just going to rip right into the close. It's just crazy. Wow. And we were sitting here. I'm sorry I didn't say it, but net. Let me just show you a trade. Well, let me just show you this one. This is what we call the 1-minute multi-day VWAP. This was the trade that you die for, because what you got here is a butt cheek and a butt cheek, right? Here's the top of the crack of your ass. So what we look for is if a stock is down, first thing is you don't want to be short breaking over the 1 minute, right? You've got a 1 minute on this one now, right? You've got, check how beautiful this chart is. I mean, this is what keeps me in the business. You got a 1 minute multi-day VWAP collision half number break right there. Reason enough to buy it. All right? Now you got a consolidation range break. Here's your 1 minute multi-day VWAP right there, half number 286.50. But we didn't. We wanted to be convinced. Give me a reason. So I'm already loving it here on this 287 break. But I didn't get involved, or we didn't get involved, or they didn't get involved, or nobody got involved. But the idea was, here it is. You're breaking, you're over the 1 minute, you're over the multi-day, you're over the top of the crack of the ass, and now you're breaking the highs of the day, and you're going green, and there is where we strike. Now again, why didn't I crush it on this trade? Reverse greed. Those 290 calls, I was ready to buy them at 75 cents, and then they went down to 50. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe I get them at 15. So I put a bid at 15, then they were at 25, and by the time I tried to get them at 25, next thing you know, they were back at 50, then they were back at 75, and then obviously, I don't know where they are now, but I don't know, Costco, it went up about 3 points on the reversal, and your 290s for 25 cents right now will be worth 140. So not a bad trade at all. And again, I'm not going to say I did it, but the idea was there, and I don't know. Am I missing something? I don't have the news on. I don't watch the news anymore. I watch the news once a week. It pisses me off, and then I shut it off. Now I'm just trading the VWAP reversals. What did he say now? Interest rates. I'm telling you, the solar today, man. Look at EMPH 2350. Just amazing. It's just an amazing, amazing time to be a trader. I don't care what anybody says. This is the best market. You want the market to go absolutely nowhere for the rest of our lives. If you're a trader. Because if you're a trader, I never thought I would see Funko back under 20 bucks, and there it was. So boom, I gave it a shot under 20 bucks. Next thing you know, here it is back at 20. I mean, I don't have it anymore. I was thinking about maybe holding a position, but screw it. I like this market. What would be even better is if we roll over again. Because then volatility spikes, we scare some people out of their positions, the shorts get encouraged to hang on to their positions, they're always inevitably wrong, and then we get a squeeze, and then we just do it again and again and again. But we're headed into more volatile times, we're going into earnings season, and the bottom line is, we've got a trade that works almost every time. I don't see any other reason to do anything else. I don't see a reason to do anything else. So give me a Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday. Give me a Roku rollover 2 weeks ago. Give me an Ulta breakout last week. This week, obviously, shorting the diamonds was phenomenal. We should have looked into some puts on UVXY because once the volatility comes out, I mean, UVXY is down pulled the chart up, but I think this was at 32.50, maybe something more. I mean, it's amazing how every time the market tries to sell off, people still run to this first. Now, you better be the first guy out of this because it's the first thing that moves when the market's getting beaten up, but it's also the first thing to fall. You got to get out of that UVXY, and this is why, again, for the guy that was talking to me, if I'm thinking this market's going down, why not just buy some long-term calls in UVXY? You don't buy a diminishing asset on a diminishing asset. So UVXY has erosion, and you're going to buy an option that disintegrates also on a disintegrating product. You're basically asking to lose all your money. So, again, I'm not saying I'm shocked. I'm just pissed. I mean, this is now, we're talking about exactly 700 points from yesterday. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Actually, it really is unbelievable. I mean, just like that. I mean, at this point, as a bear, speaking for my kind right now, what the hell are we thinking? What the hell? But this, to me, as a bear, it's forcing me to almost be complacent. If we keep coming back, and we never go down, then shouldn't we just never sell? And as soon as you start thinking, all right, we're never going down, just never sell, that's when we'll actually have a real sell-off. But it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. I have to admit, I'm kind of shocked. I thought we'd get, 150 up today with a chop. But more importantly, again, I'm not in any positions right now, so I could just shoot the shit with you guys. I'm a guinea pig for a trade app. So if you guys are, again, get on the waiting list. I could probably expedite it for you. I'm one of the founding fathers. Trade app. It is Instagram, Twitter meets Robinhood. So that could be a lot of fun for some people. Some people could give a shit. But it is, I'm going to try it out, see what it's all about. Again, I don't have any, I don't really trade on my phone. Obviously, I'm normally in front of a computer, but definitely going to dive into this thing. And I'll give you the feedback. And if you haven't tried TradeZero and you like shorting stocks, that's where you want to be. They have their own shorting proprietary software to locate shorts for you on the tougher to find trades. So 20 minutes in to the day, right? 20 minutes left. The day went pretty quick. Oh, by the way, Jimmy, if you're still out there, Jimmy, seriously, man, we gave you the access to come and hang with the master, and then you come in here. You came in still talking about the Yext. I'm trying to help you, Jimmy. I can make you 4 or 5 points back. Give me 2 days. The word on the street, I'm ready. That's why. Let them squeeze this thing all the way back up to 27. 26.7. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 267. So they got another 150 points to go. I'm gonna squeeze it. Let it squeeze and let it squeeze. Let it squeeze. I haven't had a green tick on my scanner. Oh, there's one. Damn. Just powering into the close. I mean, this is a huge chunk. You got a 6-point move on Apple. That's big. Merck up 2. Verizon up 350. Probably Walmart all-time highs, right? Procter & Gamble still near all-time highs. How do you fight a market with JP Morgan still flirting with all-time highs, So what else you got? Somebody asked me about some stock. I didn't get a chance to see. Was it not MIK? Sorry, it was some beat up stock you wanted me to take a look at. I like when stocks have been beaten up. Wow. And by the way, you want to, again, I'm always saying I know nothing. And I know nothing. I mean, I know how to read these charts for sure. But you know who knows nothing? Everybody who talked about oil last week. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? That's it. Oh, they're cutting this is the escalation. Iran, oil to 200. And within 24 hours, we gave most of it back, and within 48 hours, and then some. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. It's amazing how much oil didn't do anything out of all that nonsense. But what I think it does prove, and again, as your president, we don't need Saudi Arabia in our lives. They are the true enemy. We need to address that. We need to embrace that. And we need to go there and say, you know what? If it wasn't for us and mobile, you wouldn't have had any idea what was underneath your sand over here. And none of you guys would be kidnapping Liam Neeson's daughter and making away with her on yachts right now, you'd all be living in sand huts. So we know you teach your children to hate Americans and hate Jews and hate everything that's not you, and you mutilate your children. You're the real enemy. And now we know we don't need Saudi Arabia because look what just happened. Oh, it's going to be a disruption. And it meant absolutely nothing except for a 4 or 5 hour knee-jerk reaction spike. To me, that proves we don't need foreign oil. We're good. So you want to build some walls? Oh, I'll build some walls. We should have the rest of the country coming to us, kissing our ass for any type of help. The days of offering our help because we're the policemen of the world is over! Glick, 2020. Until there are no homeless people in this country, no one's allowed in, and no more foreign aid. Is that too hard to do? I got a lot of stuff we could talk about, but I'll start. After earnings season, we'll have some fun. Guys, you guys like, oh, did I show you my shirts? I got shirts made up, so if you guys want shirts, I got shirts, I got stickers. We're ready to go. I just got to, when I talk to Bill Joy, if I can convince this guy to support me, if I could get Bill Joy to support my candidacy, I might be running for president. I mean, the guy's got $8 billion. I'm going to meet him on the 22nd, and we'll see how it goes. Let me show you my sticker. I already got my artwork. I took out the 4 because it sounds kind of childish, so now it's... Wait, I don't know if I'm centered. Hold on a second. Louis Pasternak. He cured, don't be a dick, vote Glick 2020. And if you look closely, I got the little flags in the zeros. Fancy. That's the shirt and the stickers. So sign up, I'll send you a shirt. I might put Hit the Bid in the back as a sponsor or something like that, but you guys got anything going on into the close here? I'm sitting here like a schnook with nothing. I got nothing. Ban communism and execute all communists, right? That used to be what we were on the way to doing that, right? Oh, and I have a fix for everything. And the word is compromise. The word that nobody ever uses. I love guns, I love abortion. I think I've got something for everybody. Except the people that still want the country to be run by Christian zealots. They ain't going to be a fan of the Jew in the house. Then again, I am their leader, in a way. I don't want to get into that debate. But I really have like so much written down. I've got a manifesto, which even that word is frightening. When you hear manifesto, it's usually from some serial killer. But that's what I got. I mean, I wrote some good stuff. I think anybody that's in jail on marijuana charges, you're free. Sorry. You're out. Mandatory Mondays. You have to smoke weed on Mondays as soon as you wake up. It's part of the business. It's our new law, country. Mandatory Mondays. Nope. Can't leave the house. That might be a weird one. Standardized gun laws across all states. no state differentiates from any other state. Simple concept, right? We have to agree upon one or two specific rules about guns. And that's it. I don't care if you live in Texas or California or New York or New Jersey. And the only way we're going to fix healthcare, my friend Chuck, is czars, which is my favorite word. And blue collar and white collar crime become one. It's the corruption that keeps the prices of these drugs and the high cost of healthcare going and going and going. It's the corruption. The corruption. So if we could end 50% of the 20% of the corruption, and those savings go back to the public. And I think the way to end the corruption, unbelievable, this market, just sick.
Where does the money come from? I don't understand. What about the inverted yield curve? Oh, honey, what about the EBITDA? I was told I had to worry about the EBITDA going into the fourth quarter.
But if there was a pound me in the ass prison, so if you're about to embezzle, 30 mil out of something pharmaceutical, blah, 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 and you knew that if you got caught, it was ass rape prison, not Allentown playing ping pong with your friends prison, maybe you wouldn't do it. And in my America, there is no more white-collar crime. Everyone gets raped. You commit a crime, rape. You're getting raped. Sorry. Get in the truck. It's rape time. How could you sell anything into this move right here? It's freaking parabolic. It's just so sick. So sick. I mean, we're going to go up. I mean, pound me in the ass prison. Yes. Wow. What a move. But there's something to that. There's no repercussions. There's no fear. There's no consequences. Because if I was president in 2009, not Mr. I can't offend anybody, Obama. And everybody thought I was such an Obama fan. I was a huge fan of the guy because the market went up every freaking day, and we didn't have any terrorist attacks after 9/11, and he killed the main guy. So those were 3 pluses. Other than that, the guy was seemed to me scared of his own shadow. Didn't instill any fear in me, especially if I was a foreign leader. But what was my point there? I don't know. It's crazy. Barry, don't make me have to kill you, Barry. I'm glad that show won all those awards. That is one of the best shows on TV. Hank, that's one of the best characters ever made. Barry. Yeah, so compromise. That's the only way to save this country. And people, we don't have a middle ground on a lot of different things. I will be the middle ground. And enough talk about free this and free that. I don't want to say born again. I come from that way of thinking, liberalism. But why do I got to work so hard? To pay for your shit? Actually, let's go right to Dark Avenger. You know what? Oh, I just saw some Twisted Sister pop up. Remember that song? Welcome to the abandoned land. Come on in, child, take my hand. Here there's no work or play. Only 5 words to say as you go down, down, down. Nice call on the top there, man. Very nice. Chuck D, are you hanging out here, man? Are you committing to the cause here? Some of you guys got 3 or 4 days to decide. This weekend would be fantastic. And if anyone's in New York, I might have a free ticket to the Comic-Con. If you guys want to geek out, New York, what's up? I got a 2-day pass. Oh. Ah, there's the trade I wanted to show you. This one. Here. Net. Yeah, this was the only one I was thinking about doing. Why do you think I was going to do this trade? Huh. Look at that thing. I mean, you're hovering below the VWAP pretty much for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Now, I don't think these spikes were real prints, because usually when there's a massive spike like that, it might have been an out of money. But look, after the VWAP break and you came out of that consolidation, there it is. So now you've got a consolidation, sort of a range break you're above the VWAP. Nobody wants to be short. And next thing you know, you got your follow-through move for a decent idea. But, I mean, nothing's going to beat just owning the Dow Jones right now. It's just mind-blowing. I was waiting for Costco to wake up into the close here. There you go. What happened? This thing just sat around and then just finally caught a bid. Oh, it's a face ripper now, baby. Oh, they're just crushing everybody. You can't short the market. You can't. Oh, you could, but you shouldn't, because you're gonna die. Jeez, man. Wow. Ameritrade. Yeah, that was another trade. That was the one I took a loss on yesterday. Where is it today? Pretty much the same price. And here we go. Into the close. The rippage continues. Crazy. I thought we would consolidate. I thought we would have a good day today, but then I thought we'd consolidate and chop around. I didn't think they would be able to squeeze the bears as much as they did today. I might. Actually, yeah, I'm getting a couple of kids on that. Thanks, bro. Especially when I start bringing out the guns. And now that my wife and I have this odd relationship where I'm doing whatever I want other than the Post Malone show. But I'm thinking about just hiring dancing girls just to dance behind me while I do the video. Why not, right? So when we're done talking about trading, we'll have a hot girl holding a gun. We'll talk about fishing, working out, guns, and then at 3 o'clock we'll get back to the stock market.
Who are those 2 women leaving the house, Dad?
Those are your new moms, son. Damn. You know what? The one stock didn't do shit all day was that IPO. APRE. Was looking at that one. Bed Bath & Beyond stunk today. I mean, damn. You had that one move. Yeah, I'm not jumping ship from the bear camp, but we had the move. So I'm not going to really be focused on the market in general unless we see a VIX spike, UVXY spike, and then we're going to be going right into earnings season anyway. So we're going to start. Citibank's going to be here any day, and next thing you know, it's J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Apple, Google, and then that's all we're going to be watching. So the health of the market's all going to be about the big guys reporting their earnings. 6 points on Apple. I mean, come on. Sick. The market's up 800 points, and I'm on the phone today looking for muni bonds. It's crazy. Because I refinanced some buildings. I've sold one thing, and I don't want to put the money into the market. It's sitting in savings. I'm getting 0.001%. I'm looking at CDs today and muni bonds, somewhere to just lock up some money. But I just don't want to put it in the market right now. Especially after I just missed an 800-point move. Damn. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody showing up every day. I'm not going to talk about anybody else's show. I don't know what they do. I know what I do, and that's the way I'm going to be doing it. You know, I'm digging the shirt, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to rock this when it's, because I keep it really cold in my house. And there we are. So you know, Costco didn't do squat after that first move. Look what Costco did. From the time that we were liking it and it got to 291, you basically sat and did nothing the rest of the day. So that's what I thought the market was going to do. Rally, and then just go sideways and chop the whole afternoon. I did not think the Tilray dude. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about doing a different video, try to come up as many characters as I can based on the, the facial expression. That face just calls for that voice. Yeah. All those guys. All right, well, that was interesting to say the least. I mean, what a day. What a 48 hours, or even just basically 24 hours. Just amazing. The resiliency of this market doesn't care, because the bottom line is I'm at the bank talking to guys about muni bonds, somewhere I could get some yield, and the only where you can find any yield is putting a little risk on and getting into these stocks. You can't fight this market, because that's what the story is. There's no alternative. Tina, there is no alternative. All right, on that note, let's take a look for next week. I'll start broadcasting a little bit more. Andrew, if you're out there, come on. Wake up, dude. You know who I'm talking to. Also you, Toby, I'd like to see you in the room starting next week. Angela, you're always welcome back. Jimmy, we'll even give you a third try as long as you don't mention Yext anymore. Yeah, we get it. You lost money on Yext. It was a terrible call. Yeah. It's 2 years ago, bro. Jimmy, enough. So let's take a look at earnings for next week. I think we do start it. Oh, that was Tony. Tony the kid. Tony the kid. You know what the crazy thing is? It was just like Carl. He was doing really, really well. His ideas were good. He was showing us ideas, articulating his idea, giving us his ins and outs, and they were decent ideas. But I said, listen, if you're going to do this with me, only trade the VWAP reversals. Let's show these guys how great this trade is. And the second trade he does. That's the sad part. first trade he did here, he says, Warlock, AMD, breaking VWAP. Yes, Tony, do it. Boom. 25 cents on 5,000 shares. Next trade, he's trying to pick a bottom on the WLL with 10,000 share block without a stop on. And the contest was over. I mean, thank God it wasn't real money. Just an embarrassment. No, just trying to pick a bottom. He lost his way in one trade. And that was the last I entertained that idea anymore. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was... Right. Yeah, the funniest part, I was talking shit about how I was going to kick everybody's ass. West Side Story. October 8th. Let's look. Oh, look. Speaking of Domino's Pizza, that's our first earnings on the 8th. Why don't I have the 7th? Are we off? Is the market closed? When's the market closed? Is there a holiday coming up? Something? President's Day or something? Are we open next week? Monday? It's not coming up on the calendar, that's why. Actually, I should do walking through the charts a little bit more often. Because that's fun, because I have that intro. Look, Costco finally hits a high of the day at the end of the day. You sneaky bastards. Alright, let's wrap this day up. I think earnings season basically starts, what, the 15th, right? So when does Citibank now is the beginning. It used to be Alcoa. October 15th, Tuesday. So we got about a week not to do anything stupid. And then earnings season will be raging. And what's my schedule like? And then we got to do this trade app stuff. We got to, if you guys are in Manhattan, we're having a launch party for trade app on the 23rd. I won't be here. So let's see, October, our schedule is, I'll be here every day next week. Tuesday, I'll be here. And then we got earnings season starting that night. So that's cool. Let's see, the 17th, I'll be here. I don't have any days. So basically the 22nd and 23rd are the next times I'm going to be off. So we'll be raging, rip-roaring. And when I'm not here, you're in the capable hands of Solid Jello. So if anybody needs to talk to me, this would be a great weekend. Even tonight, I'm on my third or fourth cup of coffee. I've been spacing them out a little bit better lately. And all that. Yeah, man. So I'll see you guys Monday. I'll see you guys Monday. I'll see you guys Monday. He gets a car. You get a car. He gets a car. That's a car. Trade App is StockTwit's answer to Robinhood. They've sold out of their Robinhood investment, and now they've launched their own Robinhood comparable app. It's called Trade App, and it is basically a social media trading platform is what they're calling it, where, again, if you're kind of guy like me and you like posting stuff with your idea, I don't know exactly. I'm a guinea pig. I'm one of the founding fathers of this now. So I'm basically a beta tester. So right now the login's not working. So that's what I did today. We're trying to figure out why the login's not working. And next week it'll be some other problem. So once I start getting into it, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. We'll have Phil Pearlman from StockTwits come on and talk to you guys about it live. Maybe I could figure out how to get a 2-camera shoot going, but that's I'm staying out of the vote, but let's talk about Trade App for a second. I might be in the vote. Again, October 22nd might be a pivot point of my life. I'm not joking around. So I have a friend. If I haven't told this story, I'll tell it a million times. I have a friend who's very well off. She controls a lot of money. And she's friends with really, really powerful people in Hollywood and in that industry. Talk about snowflakes. These people, they feel that and which is, I appreciate this in a way, she tries to find ways to pay more taxes. She wouldn't mind if she was paying 80% taxes because she feels, as a rich person, she has the obligation to pay to help other people. I'm like, you're killing me. Pick your own charity. Don't give it to the government. You're killing me. I was like, why don't you go, because, Tepper used to walk around bad neighborhoods handing out Best Buy cards and money. Do that instead of giving your money to the government. The government ain't going to do a good job with your money. So, but she knows people, and she knows Bill Joy. So Bill Joy, the guy's worth $8 billion. And I'll be rubbing elbows with him and dancing and having a good time. So if I could get Bill Joy, and again, it's going to be, it's not going to be any formal thing. We're going to be dancing, smoking, and drinking and having a great old time. Maybe I could get on, in a conversation where, pick his brain a little bit. All I need is what, 60 million? 60 million is a nice starting place, right? So 60 million to a guy that's worth 8 billion. That's like, what, $600, right? To an average fellow. For him, 8 billion, all I want is 60 mil. The sad part about this whole thing is 60 million gets my foot in the door. Then I got to probably raise another 100 million. Yeah, but seriously. And he's just the same. So they're looking for places to give money. I mean, I guess when you're a billionaire, that's what you do. So, hi, I've got 20 knucklehead friends that I could probably help out. Or I could just, again, my wife doesn't want me to do anything in politics. Plus, there's some skeletons even you guys don't know about. I tell you guys half my life story. Actually, I tell you guys 90% of my life story. But, I don't want that other 10% out there. My AOL chat room days. Yeah. But, and that's just the tip of, that's the cream of the crop. There's also many a donor that I could find through her. So, no, I can't, but we'll see what happens on the 22nd. That's going to be the 22nd and the 23rd. So, and then if I really get acquainted, I would love for Bill and I to become friends. That would be awesome. I'm not counting on it. It'll probably be hello, goodbye, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we'll have a few beverages and puff a little bit, but we'll see. But then the next day we have the Trade App launch party. I would love to get him involved with that and then just become chummy with Bill Joy. But he's on his own project. He's coming up with I can't even talk about it. But he's doing something in the electric field is what I've been sworn to secrecy. Something in the electric field. Electric batteries. Shh. That's more of a Jim Norton moment. Oh, God. No, my only threesome was with 2 women, so, yeah. I had a girlfriend who was living with another girl, and she asked me one day, do you think it's cheating if me and Melissa have a little thing? We wanted to experiment. I was like, not if I'm in the room. And then I wasn't allowed to participate as much as I was hoping, but I got to participate enough. It was more about them two discovering themselves. She wound up cheating on me anyway with some other dude, but still got my threesome in there a couple times. But that Artie Lang, oh man. All right, on that note, gross, but I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll be going strong for 2 weeks. And like I said, if anybody's in New York, I'm probably going to be Comic-Conning tomorrow and Sunday. If you're in Rhode Island, I'm going to Comic-Con in Rhode Island. Geeking out. Geeking the fuck out. All right? So stay liquid, even though today would have been a great day to just stay long and strong. Thank you, Solid Jello, Chuck D. Chuck D, if you want to call me now, call me now. I'll give you my cell phone number. Yeah. If anybody needs me to, here. And for you guys that haven't had a moment in the room, come on in. It's basically what you're seeing here, charts, but you see my scanners and you see my, I got 4 scanners running, which kind of tip you off a lot of times on some ideas. You know, when I'm not around, the scanner's always going. And soon we're going to have even more scanners and alerts just popping up. So if nobody's on the air, at least we'll have, you know, some ideas just being flashed across on the screen. Anything to help. Anything to help us. But, oh, there was one trade that we forgot about, was the PCG on the pullback. But what are you going to do now? What time is it? 4:15, and we are over. PCG. I don't know what that story is with this stock on Fridays. It has to be something associated with the options. This stock just has really nice Fridays. It really does. And this time we missed it. I don't know where that move came from, but it was gapped up on no news. I didn't see any news this morning on it. Trading higher, California Public Safety Division submitted proposal settlement. It seems like it's the same news. It just, the stock, it just loves Fridays. Rock and roll, man. All right, I'm out. Chuck, everybody on YouTube, my friends, if you're watching out there, I'll see you on the 22nd. I'll see some of you guys at Comic-Con. And have a great weekend. Later. See you guys. Thanks for stopping in. And by the way, Mark, if you're still here, the idea of buying a $27 call on UVXY into the close, you're just a maniac. If anything, you gotta buy puts. Friday, when the market's strong, this thing disintegrates more than ever. Ever. All right, it's too bright. All right, boys. Have a nice one. Latris on the Menjay. YouTube, farewell. See you Monday.